Hello, my name is Rob, and welcome to the Daily Crawl here, guys. What I've got going today is my cheat code chassis by Mazz Designs. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of give an update on this chassis and the things I've done to it, changes I've made, performance, that kind of thing. So I'll just dive right into it here, guys. This is the cheat code. It is powered by a Nano Beast by Mofo RC. I have it facing forward on the Albans mount. Inside this stock transmission housing is the Mofo hardened steel mod 5 gears, and it is a little chunky at the low end speed, but boy, those bigger gears hook up. They hook up big time. From the transmission, I have steel drive shafts, custom cut so they would fit on my custom length links. And then I've changed the gearing around in the axles. I've gone stock up front, stock pitched Mofo gears up front, worm gears in the axles, and his 50% underdrive pitched gear in the rear. I went ahead and put a brass diff cover on the rear end and kept a stock diff cover on the front. I have over 100 grams of weight, about 120 grams of weight, maybe more, maybe it's closer to 130, probably closer to 130 grams of weight in each tire here. They weigh in probably 62, 65 grams each wheel and tire. So I have a ton of weight up front. I have a aluminum best servo mount ever made by Mofo, holding a Shift RC servo, which is fantastic servo. I have a steering linkage by RC Addiction. If you look closely here, I have it elevated by about 3 or 4 millimeters. I put a little black spacer up there, and that raised my steering linkage. I have stock springs in these long travel hot racing shocks, and that allows just a slight bit. You can see that shaft there, it isn't quite fully down, and I kind of like the way it rides. But anyways, getting to what I've changed, I changed the mounting location on the front shocks to the bottom hole there. Not quite all the way close to the motor, but I think the second hole over. And what I found was this chassis, this little point. Let's see if I can do it without, right there, that point my thumb is touching where you see the screw. Snags on a lot of stuff on this chassis when you have it in full bump or full droop or whatever you call it. But lowering that shock into that position has allowed, as you see here, the link there, when the tires drop out to crest an obstacle, my links are there, and then it's a smooth transition into the bottom of the skid there. And I like that. I found that I get over obstacles easier doing it that way. It did raise the front end up a little bit, and therefore I lowered the mounting point for the body onto the chassis. And so the ride height looks the same as it did, but the chassis has been manipulated by the shock mounting locations. I still have the links mounted in basically the stock position that Mazz tells you to put them in. Front on the lowest, rear on the highest. And I like the way the servo sits right there, the way it is. Looks pretty good, rides really well. The links are by RC Addiction as well. these giant comp tires by Endura were rubbing on the side skirt because I did not go with extensions on those axles. This is stock length CVDs by Mofo, and then straight up to his deep dish premium wheels. With the deep side out, you get a +2mm extension. Then I've since added the island spacers in these comp tires, and that gives me a little bit more of an extension out. But rather than go with like an axle extension and then get a lot of scrub steer, I just extended my width basically virtually just with the tires. You know, I get that extra width with just the tire. And these tires are the best tires I've ran. These things are incredible. Absolutely incredible. So 4mm extension on the front links and a proportionate 6mm extension on the rear links. So if you took your stock C10 length, I'm a full centimeter longer than a stock C10, and I believe I'm about a centimeter shorter than a Gladiator. So I'm right in that hybrid length, which I think rides really, really well. Rides really, really well. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this sucker on, and we'll get a good cruise around the rocks here. Tegu mainboard, that's the Pro mainboard. It has a 8.4 BEC included in it, and also the Avatar receiver for anybody that's gone that Furatech route for your controller. I like it. I haven't had any issues with mine. It works really well. I mean, there isn't like a super long range on the receiver or anything, but gosh, these are tiny little cars. It's not like you're going to be driving this miniature car, you know, a quarter mile away from you or something. So I like it. Works best. These are just little garden crawlers anyways. And so with that being said, I'm going to plug her in and get going, show you how it does. I think it performs really, really well. So sit back and give me 1 second. Made it over that, no problem. Used to hang up. With that 50% underdrive in the rear, boy, it sure turns on a dime. Look at that go. Incredible. This rig will now do things my other rigs will not. See those wheels just drop out? Not really hung up on anything. Side hills wonderfully. Come on, grip, 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 grip. It just keeps on eating. Right over that, no problem. And there you have it. Makes this treacherous rock pit look easy. Gosh, thanks for watching, guys. I'll be making more videos later, but that's the cheat code for now. Peace.